having decent audio is absolutely crucial, and I'm going to walk you through a couple steps on how to ensure that. So let's start with the basic audio settings that you need to get right in Zoom. So to start, unless you have a good reason, make sure that your input and output devices are the same. So this will normally be a default setting anyway. So if you were using normal earphones with a little inbuilt microphone like most of us do, this would not be a problem. However, if you're making use of Bluetooth earphones, or perhaps a headset that doesn't have a microphone, or perhaps an external microphone, sometimes this might be the case where you have a different input and a different output. So depending on what you need and what the desired outcome is, just have a double check of this before you start to make sure that you have the settings right. Also, make sure that suppress background noise is set to auto so that it won't affect the flow of your call and the audio too much. Now let's look at some different microphone options. So most of the time, the usual earphone and inbuilt mic option will work fine. However, if you're looking for a little bit more flexibility and quality within your audio, especially if you're looking to take the recording of what you've done on these calls and share them as separate clips, and you don't want that compression that comes with these Zoom or team meeting files, an external microphone like a lapel mic or even a podcast microphone that you could plug in directly via USB can be a great investment. In my opinion also, there's nothing like having a really cool podcast style microphone visible in the video feed so that you can get people talking and they can be attracted to a great visual dynamic like that. Lastly, let's talk about everybody's nemesis, delay. Sorry, what's that? Depending on the upload or download speed of you or your participants on the call, a delay can really affect the flow and the mood of any call, despite any of your settings or your best efforts. We've all been there. The best we can do is just to work with it. Here are a few little tricks that I've learned to help it from affecting the experience overall. Firstly, don't talk over each other. If you find that there's a delay on the call and you're waiting for the other person to respond or for your question to be answered, try to see if you could time how long the delay is. Perhaps it's only 1 second, or maybe it's 2 or even 3 seconds. But if you can time it and you can factor this into the conversation, you will definitely feel that it'll flow a lot more easily. Now, delay is annoying at the best of times to have to deal with, but sometimes there might not be any workaround. So the best way to do it is to try and time or factor that time in for the conversation to continue to go, and don't talk over them. If you talk over them, the whole experience is just going to be stunted, and it's not going to allow anybody to be able to trade any useful information. Secondly, be courteous. Remember that this is your call where you are in control, but at the same time, you're the host. And showing a sense of empathy, a little bit of courtesy, a little bit of patience in allowing people to finish what they're saying, even though there's a delay that you're dealing with, says a lot about you. It shows that you're a listener. Think about what that experience is like for them. If they know that there's a delay on the call, but they also feel like you are being gracious and patient with allowing them to finish what they're saying and just not waiting for the next opportunity to just steamroll in and start talking over them, then that really does set a great impression for the fact that you're a good listener, that you're a problem solver, and it establishes a great sense of what it will be like to work with you. So, those are just a few considerations for getting your audio right.